Hi, this is Janice. Again with, excuse me, I want to get closer. Today I just had the idea of talking about like a top 10 reasons for living in Buenos Aires. My reasons for living here. And if any of these reasons appeal to you, I say come and visit, check out the city, and then decide if it's a potential place you would like to live your retirement years. So I came for Tango, and the city is just full of tango music everywhere. Events in restaurants, the annual tango festival for 2 weeks is in August, where there are opportunities for dancing and just listening to concerts. Tango was my reason for coming here. I came to visit the city 5 times before I moved to Buenos Aires. And after those visits, I just fell in love with the city and just everything about it. So I've made it my home for the last 23 years and never regretted it for a moment. And tango was my reason for coming. So whether or not you know tango music or you are interested in it, I think it will be something that you will want to investigate when you come to Buenos Aires, either for a visit or to live, because it's just part of the culture of the city. This is a city where tango was born, and it's just been a part of the city for more than 100 years or more, 150 years probably. It's where it originated. And it's, there's new tango now, nuevo tango and electronic tango, which I don't care for. The golden classics of the 1940s were the best, and they still are the best. And so it was my #1 reason for coming to Buenos Aires. Another reason was just the city and the friendly people who live in it. It's nice to, meet your neighbors and see people on the street. It's so easy to get to know people here if you want to, if you speak the language, of course. But then English is really a second language for this city, and so many people do speak English. I'm speaking of Argentines, also know English. So you don't have to feel like you're coming to a foreign country. You can, if you need to, if you don't know the language of Spanish, you can take classes, learn to speak it, and practice it with the locals. I learned in high school and then had to brush up when I came here. And I still, don't need to look up words and expand my vocabulary, but I feel comfortable in the language. And as long as people understand me, that's all that matters. I'm asked all the time where I'm from because they notice that I don't have the same accent of Castellano as they do. And I like to avoid the question, where are you from? Sometimes, it depends on the person, I will mention that I'm from Chicago. But usually I just say, well, no, I'm Argentine, because I am. I have citizenship here. So things that I like about the city, that you can walk everywhere. There's good public transportation, which is extremely affordable. I think a bus ride costs maybe 25 cents. And you can get around to all parts of the city on the bus lines that run all day and night. The subway has expanded since I've been here, and it is also very inexpensive to use. It's a little bit more than a bus ride. A bus ride, for example, is 20 pesos, but a ride on the subte is 30 pesos. So it's a little bit more, but it's faster. So depending on where you want to go. And in every direction from my apartment, there is a bus line that takes me where I want to go. And a subway line about 5 blocks away as well that connects with other subway lines. So getting around the city is not only easy, you can do without a car. I don't know why anybody would ever want to have a car living here, especially if you're retired. There is no need for one because public transportation is great. And even if you want to take a taxi or a private car somewhere, they're affordable. I almost never take a taxi, but a few days ago I was with a friend and it was late and she said, "Why don't you take a taxi?" And it's just not the way I go. I usually walk home from her apartment, which takes about a half hour. But I decided to take a taxi, and the fare was maybe about 300 pesos, and which was about $2.50. So it wasn't much. I can afford it, but I just don't use it. I stopped using taxis a long time ago. So transportation is great. It's another reason living in the city, you can get from here to there in no time at all. I like to use my legs for walking. Even if I'm going to go shopping at a health food store, I'll take a walk and maybe take a bus back on the way back if I'm carrying a couple of heavy bags. But walking is my preferred mode of transportation around the city. I wrote out a list. Oh, well, of course, one of my favorite things to do in the city is attend free concerts. The concert season started in March and it ends in December. So every day I'm finding new venues that are opening for concerts and writing various concert dates on my calendar, which there are times I can go 6 days a week for a free concert. And they are top-notch concerts here. Not only just at Teatro Colón and the Central Culturals Kirchner Center, but in so many places. And it's just a favorite activity, and you meet people who enjoy going to concerts, and you have something to talk about. You enjoy the music together. Not only tango music, but classical music and jazz, concerts of all kinds. So it's another big reason now that I don't go dancing in the milongas to dance tango. My primary cultural activity is going to free concerts, and I enjoy it so much. There are many other free cultural offerings that the city has. They're holding festivals all the time. And, every August for 2 weeks was the annual City Festival of Tango and the World Tango Competition. It may not be scheduled in August. It was postponed to September last year, but anyway, it takes place every year with a tango competition. So, whether you attended or you couldn't even watch it online, live streamed. It's something else to enjoy with good music and dancing, which is always available in Buenos Aires. So many things are free here, or practically free, like transportation. And healthcare is another one. My last video was all about healthcare and the several options that you have. And so, where you may be in a country where you have healthcare is not free, it is here. So another good reason. I made a list. Oh, the weather. I'm from Chicago, and I suffer in the cold. So it is quite a relief living in Buenos Aires, where we have sunny days all the time and even warm days during winter, which are during the months of July and August here. July is usually the coldest month of the year, but even then, it's not that cold because it never gets down to much lower than 40 degrees Fahrenheit. It's rare that we have freezing temperatures here, and snow doesn't happen. It did a few years ago, and that was the first time in after 50 years they saw snow in Buenos Aires. So weather is important to me. And the sunny, beautiful days that we have here are just makes me want to go out all day. Like I go out every day for a walk. To enjoy the sun and enjoy the fresh air and say hi to people on the plaza where I'm walking. Let's see what else. One important thing for me is healthy eating, and I am grateful that there is an excellent source for certified organic produce and seeds. And as a matter of fact, today at 3:15, my delivery was delivered. My order was delivered to my door, and with everything that I need for the week. It's so delicious and so fresh, and it's just not the same eating glyphosate-bathed produce, that's all waxed. You can't get it off. When I didn't have an option, that's what I had to eat. But I am taking better care of my health, and eating organic has been a priority for me. And so even the order that's delivered to my door, I spend about $20 a week on that food. I have another health food store where I buy other things. Even certified tofu is something I eat every day. Certified organic. And when you get permanent residency, after 3 years, or citizenship in the city, in the country, you are eligible to vote, which is very unusual, it seems, but you're able to do so in the city of Buenos Aires, and I am a citizen, so I take voting very seriously and do participate in the voting process, which is so simple and so straightforward here that the U.S. could learn a lot about streamlining the voting process to make things simpler and not take so long. I swear it doesn't take more than a couple minutes to vote here. And it's something that I walk to a voting place, I go in, get in line, present my DNI, and because I'm on the voting roll, I go into a room, select the ballots, put them in an envelope, bring them out and give them to the person that's at the table. It's a simple process that works, and you can look forward to a simpler life in every way here. So, apart from the fact, the most important fact, because I'm talking directly to seniors who are maybe looking for another place to live, another country, find a new country, adopt a new language, a new culture. But here, it's easy, no matter how little you receive in Social Security benefits. It is easy and very cheap to live in Buenos Aires. I, for one, will, make that an absolute requirement in my case, because I would be living on the street if I were still in the United States. I would not be able to afford to even rent an apartment, let alone buy one. So I am happy that I am here in the Paris of South America, enjoying beautiful weather, free healthcare, free concerts all the time, friends that have moved here from other countries as well, and just so many of the wonderful things that all the friendly people here. I can't say enough about this wonderful city. There are little annoyances that come up, but I'm just so happy being here that I want everybody to know about how great it is here, and to check out Buenos Aires, during an extended visit, and then pack your bags and sell everything you own in wherever you are, and come here just with what you absolutely need to bring. I did that when I came 23 years ago. I packed some extra boxes with some kitchen stuff and some linens and books and a yoga mat, my computer and printer, and that's it. I left my old world, my old life behind in Chicago. And I forgot to mention, one of my favorite things to do, pastimes to do in Buenos Aires, is go to house sales, because there are many people who come here, many executive families that move here for maybe 2 or 3 years and then go back home wherever they lived before. And when they do, they can't take everything from the new house with them. So they have a 1-day house sale, 1 or 2-day house sale on the weekend, to sell everything that they own. So I have furnished my apartment over the years with so many things that I bought at house sales. That was one of my favorite things to do on the list after tango, going tango dancing. It was going to weekend house sales. So I would check the, actually I got in the mailing list, so I would receive information about their next sale and then see if there was anything interesting in the photographs that I wanted or needed to buy. And then brought enough money along. You have to pay cash, but this desk I'm sitting in front of, I bought it and it was a desk chair. I bought it at house sales, and I have less than I used to have in my apartment because I just like to be have a minimal amount of stuff and clothes. I used to have a closet full of clothes too when I danced tango, so I've whittled that all down. But I buy everything secondhand. Very, very few things that I have are brand new, because people who sell things that they were here for only 2 years, are practically brand new anyway and less expensive. So that's another way when you come and you decide to live in Buenos Aires and you maybe want to rent an apartment or buy an apartment, you can furnish it by going to house sales. It was I remember walking into an apartment and I saw a refrigerator for sale, and I said, I'll buy it, because I just moved into this apartment and needed a refrigerator. So it's interesting. It's an interesting way to get what you need, because you can't bring it with you. If you're going to come on a plane from a distant country. So wherever you're from, please come to investigate Buenos Aires for your retirement. And don't forget that Jan Tango, me, is available to help you with all your questions and getting to know the city. So until the next time, the next video, think about Buenos Aires. I can't recommend it enough. Thanks for watching. Bye.